So we have our first product.
Great
gummies.
product. Now
They're
we're
great.
going to talk about 3 other great products, right?
Fantastic
Yes.
products.
You had the genius idea of breaking this down into right now, all right, because there's a lot more to come down the road, into 2 different categories, right, Duane?
Yes.
Right, right. We wanted to make sure that we catered to so many children and babies that have sensitive skin. You know, when I was a baby, I suffered from terrible eczema, and I still have some traces of it now. But the natural approach to our skin and wellness is just the best possible direction we could have gone in.
We really needed something that was natural, that was safe, that we knew had, you know, no chemical irritants, nothing that would, you know, harm a newborn or, you know, even a young baby's skin, just because they're, you know, people don't realize how much how much more thin their skin is than ours and how fast they take in the toxins, you know?
Right.
So it was so important to us to focus on something, even though we wanted to go with the bottles and the diapers and everything and, you know, full force,
Yeah.
we had to focus on, you know, something that was natural, something that was safe, and something that, you know, could be trusted.
So what we did was, once again, we went to our science team, we went to a few pediatricians, and, you know, this thing doesn't happen overnight. We developed products, and we kept developing and developing until we came up with what we feel are the best products out there in these categories. You know, when a child is born and, you know, they give you a package when you leave the hospital, right?
Right.
I got to tell you something. They're not giving you the high-end stuff.
No.
Not at
Right?
all.
They're
Not at
giving
all.
you, I'm not going to
What's-
mention, you know,
what's-
the J&Js of the world.
What-
They get it for nothing, all right? Quite frankly,
What's cheap
all right?
for them?
We didn't want to be there, all right?
And they're not all natural products.
That's correct. They're not all natural. That's huge.
They're not.
But you know, what I liked about when Duane and Amber came to us, they said, we want to follow the same theme with our products as Market America has done with their isotonics products, with their cosmeceutical products. We want to make the Lumeire de Vie in baby care products, all right? That's what we wanted to accomplish.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
That's
We
her.
have
That's her.
all these amazing products in the company that, you know, anti-aging, that keep people young, and, you know, this line is really keeps you healthy and young and keeps your skin looking amazing and soft from the first day of life. So, you know, that was
So
an
DNA
exciting
Miracles
thing
natural
for us.
line.
Yes.
Incredible,
And
incredible products.
pediatrician approved.
You know, and who better to talk about these products than one of the
Dr.
pediatricians that we went to help us with these products and try them out, all right?
Exactly. You know, when it comes to children's health and development, our next special guests are leading experts. Dr. Michael McKenzie is a board-certified pediatrician who's held staff at the Boston Children's Hospital and Harvard Medical School. His wife, Dr. Lee, is a pediatric nurse and a developmental psychologist. Market America, please welcome Dr. Michael McKenzie and Lee McKenzie.
You know, we clearly love when family works together, so this pair worked out perfectly. You know, it runs in the Market America family. So, you know, you guys have been such a great support of the line, and you know, we are so lucky to have, you know, not only an amazing pediatrician working with us on the line, but his beautiful wife is a pediatric nurse. So to have, you know, this amazing duo here working with us and testing and actually, you know, helping us to make sure that these products were, you know, efficient and you know, we're real, that we're not just marketing something like you know, 1,000,001 lines are on the market. We wanted something that worked, and they have been there with us from the beginning, you know, and they have thousands of patients that they have helped, and you know, they know and have firsthand experience on why natural is so important. So, you know, you both have worked with thousands of kids and patients in your careers. You know, do many of your patients ask, you know, whether natural or organic is important?
All the time. Many years ago, no one cared about it, but I think the trend towards natural, organic, eating right, doing the right thing for your body is sweeping the country, finally. And so and so parents care about what they use for their children, what they feed their children. Like Dr. Mason said, you don't want to put junk in your child, you don't want to put junk on your child.
Right.
And the Naturals line, you took care of that.
I think it's a great follow-up to the care that mothers take of themselves during pregnancy, where they're so careful about what they're eating, they're not drinking, there's no caffeine, that they're really taking care of their baby inside. And I think to have a natural product to be able to use to continue that trend and to promote the health of their babies is so important.
Excellent, excellent. You know, most of us, when we shower, when we bathe, we just use, soap and water. What is it about a baby's skin that requires something special?
Well, you said it a few minutes ago. The skin of babies is thinner than it will be later in life. And I bet there's not a woman, and many of the men in this audience, who don't know that it's important to take care of their skin, but a lot of the care we're taking is to fix what we did wrong, using soap and water on our face, for example.
Right.
If you start babies off with skin protection, natural repair, and building of the structural integrity of the skin, hopefully down the road, we won't have to help them fix what we did wrong.
Right.
As a pediatrician, I see babies with rashes all the time, and a good number of them, in fact the majority, are very non-specific. It's not that there was a specific thing, there wasn't a specific contact, just very, very sensitive. And I've long held a belief that somewhere this is related to the chemicals in our world. And so taking real care to have babies being bathed in the right stuff is by far and away the best way to start them off.
That's great.
Now, I know diaper rash is such a problem for, a lot of parents to deal with, and especially caring for it properly. Is there any way to prevent diaper rash?
Some babies are much more sensitive than others, but for all babies, you need three things when applying to the diaper area to protect the skin optimally. You need a barrier to keep out the urine and the stool and other things. You need something to be moisturizing and beginning to build and protect the skin. And lastly, you need something that is beginning to nourish it. And all of these products, the diaper cream does all of those things at once, so that parents aren't having to use a moisturizer and then putting a barrier on top of that, that it's one step and one perfect product for all of that.
And the other thing that I really love about the diaper cream is it's easy to apply, but it doesn't leave that sticky residue. And anytime you use a diaper cream that has a sticky residue, it's sitting on the top of the skin. It's not penetrating the epidermal layer, and so it's not providing that healing, nurturing effect that the diaper cream does. The other thing is, when babies have diaper rashes, if you're using the thick creams that sit on the top, every time you change them, which you do very often,
Yeah.
you know.
we
Very
know
much
that.
so.
Yeah, babies go through about 100 diapers a
Yes.
week, so you're doing a lot of changing. You have to rub it off, and sometime with a lot of friction. And if babies have a rash, that hurts.
Yeah.
This diaper cream is easy to remove, and I think that's a big plus for it.
I agree.
I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that when we formulated it, we made sure that it had a really high water base, and it's not a
Yes.
petroleum jelly.
Yes.
One thing about petroleum jellies is they don't come off. And this diaper cream, it's really special, and it's almost like butter. It's a diaper butter, and it's for an amazing price.
People are in the booth rubbing it on their skin.
Yeah.
And I know over the course of your careers, I'm sure your patients have asked you for, your professional opinion when it comes to baby lotions, baby washes, diaper creams. What do you normally recommend them?
In general, I've always said it doesn't really matter. The products that are on the market, there's not much to choose between them. And I have genuinely felt that. There was no incentive, there was nothing about the products that would have me be willing to say, this is something you should use. We are now in the position to be able to very clearly and very happily and enthusiastically endorse an amazing line of products for all of our babies.
Yeah.
And as we were thinking about this, Lee, and once we got here and looked at the packaging, which is just so, so gorgeous, Lee's idea that we had before we got here is...
Well, in our medical practice, we do home visits on every newborn baby with the idea that you really want to build a relationship, and knowing where people are taking care of their babies is powerful for building our relationship. So now, in addition to doing home visits, we will be taking little gift bags of the 3 products because we do believe in them.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you guys so
That's
much.
powerful. That's powerful.
So thank you guys.
Thank you guys
you.
for being a part of this, for supporting us, and we know there's so much more to come. So
Thank you for
Thanks,
coming
guys.
up with
Thank you.
these.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Michael and Dr. Lee McKenzie, everyone.
Wow, huh?
That's powerful. That's powerful.
We may make a dent into that $44 billion market. You know that?
we will.
I agree. I agree.
Not even a question. Not even a question.
And there's so many more wonderful products to come. But what's the most special thing about this is we made sure that when we came out with this line, we wanted to give you the staple products. And there's something about bathing a baby that just is so special between parent and child. It really creates a bonding experience. And with DNA Miracles, that bonding experience is not only soothing, but it's enhanced.
Yeah. Now I have some good news for the 2 of you. These products, the 3 products have already been cleared for Canada, Australia, Taiwan, and Hong Kong.
Well,
That's right.
We're in the process. We're in the process of getting these cleared for Mexico and the UK.
Exactly.
Which is so exciting for us because, in the U.S., the guidelines and the regulations for having a natural product, it's really, it's unbelievable how there's really no strict rules about it. So, when we came and said that we wanted to make a natural line, we wanted to make sure that it was 99.8% natural, and we were giving you something that's not, you don't have these hidden ingredients that aren't labeled and that are unmarked that are secretly in those products. For us, it had to be clear. If you could, the longer the name, chances are it's not natural. So we wanted to keep it clear and easy and, something that you knew was safe. So
exactly.
It's
Less is
exciting.
more, and we kept it simple.
And nothing speaks more to the performance and the greatness of the products
Right.
and a few of the people that we have out there that have already tried the products, all right?
That's right. We've heard from some brilliant physicians, and we've had some amazing voices that have been here to speak with us their voices are so widely respected, but we really wanted you to hear from some parents, some new parents, just like us. So, ladies and gentlemen, these amazing new parents, awesome testimonials.
Eddie Alberti, his beautiful wife Lois, and their beautiful little girl Giselle. Brandy Murphy, who just had a baby a month ago.
That's right.
Who is here, and
And
Dr. Mark Lang.
Dr. Mark Lang.
So, would you guys come on up?
Lois and I will only accept the best for Giselle. Much like many of you with your children, as new parents, there's a lot that's out there, a lot to choose from, and it's challenging. It's tough to tell what's healthy and unhealthy, safe and unsafe, and again, it's very challenging. Beautiful thing about DNA Miracles is it takes the guesswork out for all parents. They've teamed with doctors and scientists, like they mentioned, to provide products that we can trust.
That's right.
Just to note, the diaper cream is our favorite, by far the best on the market. It's amazing. But the best part about all this, great products, but the biggest thing too is now that we're converting our spending into earning. Building our shopping annuity, earning BV with amazing products. So nothing but the best. Thank you for coming out with amazing products. Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you, babe.
I'm so happy to be up here today, not only as the Director of Quality Control, but to speak to you as a parent. Now, my wife is a pediatric nurse at a local hospital. And every day she deals with sometimes desperately ill children, especially newborn babies. And so she has a lot of credibility, especially in my eyes, when it comes to proper care of small children. And over the years, we as parents have tried just about every product out there, and even a lot of prescription products. And the results have always been less than satisfying, if not disappointing. And we're concerned about some of the ingredients that they put into these products. So when the new DNA Naturals line came out, I wanted to get the input from my wife and say, hey, what do you think of these? So I showed her the products and the ingredients, and she looked at them and she said, wow, we don't have anything like this at the hospital. And then she took the bottle of, or the jar of DNA Miracles Natural diaper cream, and she opened it up and looked inside and said, wow, this looks like whipped cream. She got some on her fingers. Oh, it's silky smooth. Never seen anything like it. A lot better than the stuff we use at the hospital. And I said, yes, that's because there's no petroleum jelly in this product. Rather, it's a natural jelly made from castor bean oil and beeswax. And that's what gives it that silky smooth feel. Then she said, okay, I'm intrigued. Let's put it to the acid test. Let's put it on Caitlin. Now let me explain something. Caitlin is our youngest child. She's 18 months old, still in diapers. But I have to tell you what happened to Caitlin when she was only a few months old. She had a severe diaper rash. We went to the pediatrician. They prescribed some sort of ointment. Went to the pharmacist. We got it. We put it onto Caitlin's bottom. It was like putting on liquid fire. She screamed for 3 hours. We almost took her to the emergency room because we didn't know what to do and we couldn't scrape the junk off of her. And when we called the pharmacist says, oh, that's natural. That's what always happens with this product. I was so angry. Since that moment, you can never put anything on Caitlin's bottom or anything on her skin, any type of lotion, cream, balm. She immediately freaks out and tries to wipe it out and starts bawling. So my wife puts the diaper cream, the DNA Miracles Natural diaper cream on her bottom. Caitlin's eyes are getting bigger and bigger, and you can hear her going, She reaches down, gets some on her little fingers. She looks at us and she smiles. She loves it.
It's a miracle.
My wife says, it's a miracle. I said, no, honey, it's DNA Miracles Natural Diaper Cream.
Brandy, I mean, that's really spectacular.
That is
but
great.
you know what's amazing, Doc? If you ever look at some of the products out in the market,
Right.
they don't list all of their ingredients.
No.
You know that?
No.
You know that.
Oh, yes.
We list every ingredient on our product.
Yes, we do.
And it's simple. There's an easy
Yeah.
chart to follow. You see what the ingredient is, what it's for, and where it comes from.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Brandy, how's the baby?
Baby's doing great, keeping me busy, eating a lot, peeing and pooping a lot.
We're in the same boat, honey. Yes.
And, you know, I have a 19-month-old. Many of you have met him before. Tristan travels with me to all the events. He's been going with me to every event since he was 3 months old. So he's been to World Conference, he's been to regionals, he's been to every Nutrimetrics event that's happened in the past almost 2 years. And I brought some pictures of Tristan because I want you to see how some of the other products and how some things contributed to a problem that he had. This was Tristan on his airplane ride to World Conference going to Miami. He was very excited. You can see that, you know, he was kind of fist pumping. He was excited to come to World Conference. But he didn't really have a bad eczema outbreak there yet in the pictures. Duane, if you go to the next picture, you'll see that this is in the hotel at the host hotel down in Miami. He loves to eat eggs, and so he was eating the eggs in the hotel, and we make all of our own baby food at home, and I don't use a lot of additives, and I don't use butter, and I don't use a lot of those types of things, but in the hotel, he had a lot of butter, and I didn't realize he had a dairy allergy. So within 2 to 3 days of getting to the hotel, you'll see what he looked like when we were in Miami. If you go to the next picture, he broke out with eczema all over his face, and not only was it on his face, but it was on his arms and legs also. And he started scratching it and itching and going crazy, and the more he itched it or scratched it, the worse it got. So when we got home from the event, I took him to the pediatrician, and the pediatrician talked about the fact that eczema is extremely common in children. In fact, 1 in 5 children have eczema at some point in their childhood. And there's not a lot that you can do for it. The pediatrician basically said to me, we don't know what the cause is. Usually there's some form of irritant, but you don't know what the irritant is, and because you can't rule everything out, then all that we're going to tell you to do is put some sort of moisture barrier on him to try to protect the irritants to get to him. So he prescribed for me a steroid cream that I refused to put on. It was an ointment that was filled with a steroid. And here I am looking at my son, who at the time was only 14 months old, thinking, I'm not starting the cycle of steroid use on a 14-year-old, because what would happen would be, if I put the steroid cream on him and that didn't work, then they wanted to give him an oral steroid. So what we started doing is we started looking for natural products. We started looking for irritants in his diet. We took out dairy, we took out wheat, and we started looking at what could we do to calm the irritants. And I talked to Lauren about it because we were down in Miami, and after the event, I had taken Tristan to the house. She got to see him, and she saw that. So when you guys were researching the line, Amber and Duane sent me some samples, and we started using the samples with Tristan and looking at the natural ingredients that are in the samples, things like in the body wash, the coconut oil that's in the body wash. It's so great to be able to find those natural products. And if you look at them today, the next picture was just taken 2 weeks ago. It's Tristan at 19 months with Braden, who turns 1 month old today.
Gorgeous.
But since we started using the product line, he's not had any outbursts at all, even though we tend to go to restaurants sometimes where you can't eliminate that they put dairy in or they put wheat in, which are his triggers. One of the things that the pediatrician said to me once we figured this out is, I have to be really careful what I wear as well, because I do a lot of skin-to-skin contact with my kids, both with Braden and Tristan. When I'm holding them, people don't think about this, but whatever I'm wearing can come off on their skin, and they can absorb up to 60% of what their skin comes into contact with. So I'm using the baby wash and the hydrating moisture lotion now. It's not just for the babies, but it's also for the parents that are holding the babies as well.
Thanks,
right.
Brandy. Incredible.
That is amazing.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank
Well-
you for sharing that with us.
That's it, huh, Duane?
Well, that's the beginning.
Yeah, we have so much
That's exactly
more
right.
exciting
It's just the
things
beginning.
that are on the
It's
way.
just the beginning. It's been.
We're working on diapers, on baby wipes that are coming soon.
Probiotics.
So many, yes, more vitamins, everything. So we are so excited to share this with you. This is really an exciting time for us.
The bottom line is, Market America is so well respected for putting out excellent products. And they have products for everything, to look better, to feel beautiful, to stay strong, and to protect your body for a longer and healthier life. When Amber and I created DNA Miracles, we wanted to make sure that we applied that same standard of excellence to DNA Miracles. So not only will our products protect the body for later on in life, but it will protect the body from the first day of life.